I have a quick question for you. Have you ever seen these images before? If you're a Love Life fan, you most likely come across these illustrations before, one where a Love Life girl is in a Sega employee outfit and holding a very adorable Sonic the Hedgehog plushie. Now the first thing you're probably thinking besides, hey, this is pretty cute, is what the hell is Sonic doing with Love Life? These two franchises don't really have much in common. One's a series about school idols performing, and one's about a fast blue hedgehog that fights an egg-shaped man. I don't ever recall Sonic being an idol of sorts. Sonic isn't directly in Love Life per se, but, well, if your eyes are keen enough, you might have noticed the little Sega logo in some of the episodes, which is the company that owns Sega. You know, Sega! Now, a connection has been formed, but how deep does it go? I'm curious. Are you curious? If so, let's see what Sega's been up to. So as the time is recording, Sonic and Love Life have collabed a total of 3 times, with each of the poster girls for each collab being from a different group. Rin from Muse was the first to collaborate with Sonic, Hanamaru from Aqua was the second, and Rina from Nijigasaki was the third. Okay, they collabed. But what did they collaborate on? Obviously it wasn't just an art piece that was made for shizzle and giggles. No, it served a purpose. And its purpose was stealing your money. Okay, I'm partially telling the truth, but for those unaware, aka those that don't live in Japan or don't go outside, Sega isn't just a gaming company. Shocker, I know. They have multiple divisions within their company, with one of them being the Sega Fave Corporation, or formerly Sega Toys Co. Judging by that title, you probably know where I'm going with this. This division is responsible for merchandise and toys for their arcade/crane games, and was established when Sega absorbed Yonezawa Toys in 1991. Now, this is where Love Life comes in. Remember when I mentioned that you could see Sega's logo within some of their episodes? Now, it wasn't because of the collaboration, it's because Sega and Love Life are partnered as a whole, specifically Sega Toys Co. Most if not all of their merchandise is produced by Sega, and yes, this includes Nessos and figures. So I have some of my Nessos and plushies right here. So for example, for the Mia Taylor one, if you say right here, it says Sega right here, because Sega produces like a ton of them. There's also one, Sega produces one right here, but I also, I think, no, Sega, you can see the Sega one right here. Sega right there. And for this one, the Shioriko plushie, this one's actually made by Good Smile, so it doesn't actually have a tag. You can see the Nijigasaki tag, but I kind of accidentally ripped off the Good Smile tag. But yeah, Sega produces most of them. But sometimes, you know, they get people like Good Smile to make these. Now that we established that, we can now see what the collaboration is for. Going through some articles, we can see the exact items that were added to the UFO Capture Crane games by Sega. If you played Yakuza, you probably know exactly what I'm talking about. Some of the products are really neat, and I wish I got them when I had the chance. Over 9 years ago. You got the Rin ramen and the Nico snack. If you ate that today, do you think you'd be sent to outer hell? Yeah, I said hell, you know you did. I've always been interested in the crane method for items. I watched Mudon's video on surviving off of crane games, and I was surprised at how much you can actually get from a crane game. Food, drinks, love life, pretty crazy stuff. Also, apparently these crane games were hard as balls, so rest in peace to this one guy. Okay, so we've established the who, what, when, how, why. Now we can start asking more interesting questions. If Sega's essentially partnered with Love Life, do we get any other collabs with game series that aren't Sonic related? Well, the answer is yes, surprisingly, and it isn't just limited to merch collaboration. In 2015, Rin was selected once again to be the face of another Sega franchise, and this was poll voted. The winner was the Puyo Puyo series, but following close behind was the Chain Chronicles franchise and the Yakuza franchise. Can you imagine that? I assume because Sega had acquired Atlas in 2013 that they were also allowed to have Love Life collab with Persona. Yeah, remember this weird dream? I still can't believe this myself. But as you can tell from what I've said, Sega clearly has a good relationship with Love Life, so now I get to ask the big question that prompted this video. Muse had a collab with Sonic. Aqua had a collab with Sonic. Nijigasaki had a collab with Sonic. And it ends there. Since 2020, Love Life has not collabed with Sonic since, so Liella Hasunosora? They haven't been blessed by the blue blur, so it begs the question, why? When I started writing this video, I knew I was going to want to get as much background information I could get, but when it came to answering this question, I didn't know where to start. And I want to start off by giving thanks to my friend Alfria, who helped me out with understanding how the collaborations actually happened and how it all worked. If you watch Love Life on YouTube, you probably watched one of his videos before. In my conversation with him, I asked him what he personally thought was the reason for the lack of collaborations with Love Life in recent times. He brought up a point I wasn't expecting, but I really should've, which was COVID. This seemed like a no shizzles moment, but I was like, wait, that actually kinda makes sense. Everything being shut down, those crane games being left to rot, yeah, it makes sense. And while I was writing the script, I was originally going to be using that for the reason. Until I did a little bit more research and realized that when Sega actually collabed with Nijigasaki, it was November of 2020, and that entire year was the prime time for COVID. So now I'm back at stage 0, unsure of where to go from here. So here are some random shot ideas that I came up with that I don't have solid proof in a sense, so take it with a grain of salt and not too seriously. Number 1, Sega was busy. Maybe they were just busy trying to focus on saving Sonic's reputation because the early 2020s was focused on getting Sonic back up to speed with Frontiers and the like, so maybe they want to put all the focus into that. I don't necessarily believe that though, because there are literally different departments for games and merchandising, which I explicitly talked about earlier. Sega is still part of the merchandising for Love Life, so they're not that busy. Along with that, Sonic has had recent collabs, such as with Hello Kitty, so the chance of this being true, probably like 10%. For number 2, while writing the script, I initially had a thought that maybe Love Life wasn't as popular as it used to be, and that's why Sega decided not to continue collaborations, but then I realized, wait, I don't live in Japan. Love Life is still extremely popular in Japan, with Hasunosora I'm pretty sure being the most popular. One thing you have to learn when you're chronically online inside all the time is that stuff you see online does not matter that much in real life. Just because I see a bunch of people saying they dropped off Love Life on Twitter or TikTok or don't watch anymore and say Love Life is dead, you gotta realize that 1, most of the people saying that don't live in Japan, and 2, if you go outside you realize that really none of this matters. You could make a case for it worldwide because everyone remembers Muse and only Muse, but since it's specifically targeting Japan, that topic isn't relevant, although it definitely is something to note, and a topic you'll no doubt come across if you search up Love Life anywhere. The third reason is a bit out there, but I think it's worth bringing up. School Idol Festival and All-Stars, the mobile games that Love Life used to maintain before they killed both of them. For 2 of the collabs, the Rin and Hanamaru one, they received their own cards in-game. Now, the Rina one didn't receive any cards/outfit in either games, but going by my research and images that were posted, I think it might have been like a different kind of collaboration. Either way, isn't it weird that the 2 groups that didn't collab with Sonic just so happened not to be in SIF or All-Stars or add extremely late to the point that didn't matter? Put on your Rina-themed tinfoil hat here because I wrote this after recording the initial script. Look at the common points. Each group that had a collab had a presence in one of Love Life mobile games. Muse and Aqua were well established in SIF, and Nijigasaki had All-Stars mainly to themselves. Now what about Liella and Hasunosora? Absolutely nothing. You might be saying, oh, but Liella was added to SIF. And let me ask you something. How much importance were they given? Were they given the most grandiose moment? An epic reveal to coincide with other groups? Something like how Aqua was revealed when that came over to SIF? No. Here are some cards and stories, I guess. Nothing that extensively made them definitively a part of SIF. And All-Stars? Liella came too late in Sif's lifespan. Even then, it surely died less than a year later, so Liella didn't really have any time to make a name for itself. Tragedy. But what does this have to do with the Sonic collab? Well, let me begin. Sonic the Hedgehog is a video game character. Love Life has video games. When you combine them together, you get video game collabs with the video games getting collabs as a result, such as with the cards. Remember in the beginning when I said there weren't many common factors between Love Life and Sonic? Well, forget what I've said, I'm stupid. Now, this whole Sonic and Love Life collab goes on for a while and it's all nice and dandy. Love Life just released All-Stars and it's looking to have a ton of potential. But then Liella happens later on. And let's say we're Sega right now. We see Liella and we're like, okay, should we have a collab with Liella? And you see how nonchalant Love Life is with Liella, not getting that much focus, they're just there, so you're just like, okay, I'm not seeing enough movement here. And then just shortly after, you get the internal notice that Sif is shutting down. So you're like, okay, that's one Love Life game down, I guess that's one less to collab with. And then you get wind of Sif 2, and you're like, okay, we can collab there, fresh start, all the groups are gonna get their own spotlight. And then you get the email sent that Sif 2 is gonna die on launch. And now you're like, bro, I'm not dealing with this shit. And you just give up on the Sonic collabs. You see what I'm getting at here? Liella was done dirty. It didn't even get their own splash screen on Sif when it died, showing how much they didn't give a fuck. You can make the excuse that Nijigasaki was a side project, but Liella? That's supposed to be the next main group, and it gets done dirty like that. And then All-Stars died, it didn't matter because Liella wasn't in it, and then Sif 2 dies, and now there's no more Love Life games, meaning no more Sonic collabs, because I don't know. Wait, what about the Hasunosora game? Fuck you. So yeah, if you have any other reasons you think are the cause of the disappearance of Sonic from Love Life, feel free to say them below because I got blanks. There is a silver lining though. Recently, there was another Love Life collab, and it was with Puyo Puyo again. All of the Muse members got cute new outfits with cute art, and it's really cool. But when I say recent, I mean this year, 2024. After 4-ish years of nothing, I think, we get this, which makes me think that maybe there's a chance in 2025 for another Love Life and Sonic collab. Now, I'm not in Japan. I don't understand the specifics of a poster girl and what qualifies for it, but I think it's deserved for Liella and especially Hasunosora to get some Sonic treatment. Hasunosora gets to collab with Wendy's, not Sonic, what the hell? The time frame is also really sad. Liella has been around since 2020 and Hasunosora started in 2023. For every other group, there was a 1 to 2 year time span between when the group started and when the collab happened. Muse is the exception because that was when the series started, so it makes sense to wait a bit before you do something like collab. Let's get theoretical though. If Liella and Hasunosora were to get collabs with Sonic, who do you think that poster girl will be? Depending on the criteria, my answer could change, but for Liella it's so obvious. Ren or May. They are both canonically gamers.
Just robbing her?
But admittedly, it's a bit too obvious. I mean, look at the selection for Aqua. They chose Hanamaru, and her ass does not know what computer is. So to make it more reasonable, let's look at what all the poster girls have in common. All of them are first years, so as of the time of this recording, it can only be Tomari and Wien since the rest of Liella has gone up the years. Yeah, it's strange. Both Liella and Hasunosora are the only series so far to have the members go up a year without being the end of the world, so the options will change as the series goes along, which is actually really interesting. I personally would choose Chisato for one reason, only one reason. For Hasunosora, there's a couple of choices you can make. Going by the years, Hime would be the most obvious since she's also canonically a gamer. A part of me wants to choose Ruino/Sayaka because Ruino is sort of like Sonic, full of energy, but she has like a battery so she runs out of energy. Was that funny or what? Sayaka, well, she's blue, so it fits perfectly. Honestly, it'd just be great to see them in full artwork of Sonic. I have been missing it for so long. It's been a long 4 years / almost 5 years now, and I forgot to mention it, so I'll do it here. The collabs brought figures and plushies of the Love Life characters of Sonic, and I'm pretty sure they're rare for very obvious reasons. Before I end off the video though, I do want to mention how connected Sonic and Love Life are in unofficial media. If you're old, you may remember the whole Maki and Knuckles thing where they were treated like the same character. I'm not sure of the actual origins of this, but most of it is pushed by Triple Q, a mixer is most known for his mashups and the like on both his own channel and Siligunner. He's actually the one that consistently reminds me that Sonic and Love Life did collaborate, since every so often there's a Sonic Twitter takeover where you can ask the Sonic cast questions, and Triple Q has consistently asked a question regarding Sonic interacting with Love Life, but he hasn't got a response. And switching it to me, I also asked Triple Q about Sonic and Love Life, but he has not responded to me. I guess he's passing down the pain. I hope that Love Life and Sonic will collab once more because honestly I just want to see Chisato and Sonic running together, and also, you know, balls. Crossovers are always fun and have a bunch of potential either in figure form or, you know, plushie form. I mean, again, we almost got Yakuza with Love Life, and how amazing would that be if we actually got the collab now, given how popular Yakuza is now. Anyway, that's all from me, and if this video gets outdated, that's perfectly fine. I mean, I'd be happy to get this video proven wrong. There's literally only positives from that. And hey, this is probably the only time I'm going to be using this Osmo pocket camera thingy. I just want to test how it looks. My arm hurts, so I'm probably never going to use this again, but hey, this is the first time you actually, well, this is actually one of the few times you actually see me in high quality. So savor it. Next time we're going back to that stupid crispy blurry ass camera that makes me so unwashed out. This is a really good camera though. I can't wait to use it for like vlogging and such because I do want to use it for that. This is gonna be super duper cool. Anyway, that's all for me. Goodbye.